Hey folks, I'm Anand and welcome to MaverickEduCor, your one-stop solution for everything related to PTE. Make sure to contact us on the WhatsApp number or on the email ID mentioned right below for paid assistance. Today's video has been especially curated to score high marks in your writing module. Make sure to watch this video until the end. You will have a lot of insights with all the tips and tricks to score high marks for your writing. In today's video, we will be discussing all the details that you would need to score high marks in your writing scores. The biggest advantage of this video is you will get to see all the details as per the DHA requirements, the marks distribution, and the time allotted for each of these questions. Without a further ado, let's go ahead and look at the video. First, let's look at some prerequisites, starting with what's the English language requirements as per Department of Home Affairs, Australia for writing scores. You would need 69 for proficient English, which is equivalent to Band 7 of IELTS, and 85 for superior English, which is equivalent to Band 8 of your IELTS. If you can get these scores, then I'm sure you would achieve higher points for your educational purposes or your migration purpose. Contact your MARA agent for more details. Let's look at another prerequisite with regards to time distribution. How much time will be allocated for your writing module? You would get 40 minutes of exclusive time to complete your writing module. That is because you would get 2 questions of summarized written text and 1 essay writing question. So this is how your time will be allocated for the writing module questions. Moving on to the last prerequisite with regards to the top scoring questions and the marks distributed for each of these questions. There are 4 questions, and believe me, all 4 are very important. The questions are essay writing, which is the top prioritized question, which would give you approximately between 27 to 28 marks for your writing scores, followed by summarized written text about 25 to 26 marks. Then comes right from dictation, which would give you about 21 to 22 marks. Last is summarized spoken text, which would give you about 17 to 18 marks. All of these scores added up would give you about 90 to 94 marks. If it is exceeding beyond 90, they would concise and make it into 90 marks. But I'm reiterating this point again. Remember, for Band 8 or for Superior English, you would need to get 85 marks in your PTE scores, and for Band 7, which is equivalent to 69 marks for Proficient English. So this is how marks is distributed, and the top prioritized questions are in the chronological order of highest marks. Until now, you had seen the prerequisites for your writing scores. Now, let's straight away head into a demo, starting with essay writing, which is the top prioritized question for the writing scores. Here, you will be getting just 1 question in your PTE exam, and they will allocate you 20 minutes of exclusive time to complete this task. For your essay writing question, you would get different types of topics. Say it could be argumentative, comparative, persuasive, solution-based, or even writing pros and cons. Let it be any type of essay. You would have to do 4 important things, starting with generating an introduction and then coming up with an idea, backing that idea with an example, and then concluding the essay. These 4 things has to be typed as a response within those allocated time of 20 minutes, including proofreading your essay for grammar, structure, coherence, content, so on and so forth. So let's straight away look into the answer for this particular question. If you want to achieve those 27 to 28 marks for your essay writing, you would need to know what is a correct response and what is an incorrect response. Let's first look at an incorrect response. In this particular response, most of the words are from the template itself, but they have added few keywords here and there. If you do so, you would get extremely low marks in your PTE exam, especially for essay writing. Hence, never make this mistake of writing a templated answer and adding few keywords here and there. This is a biggest mistake of essay writing. If you want to get full marks in your essay writing, which is about 27 to 28 marks, you would have to come up with an appropriate answer. For that, you would have to structure your essay accordingly. For any essay topic, you can use this structure. Something like introducing a paragraph 1, where you will be talking about the topic itself. In the paragraph 2, you will have to generate an idea which will relate to the topic that you have introduced in paragraph 1. And then substantiate with an example and then conclude your idea 1. In paragraph 3, you would have to generate another idea, substantiate with another example, and then conclude your idea 2. In paragraph 4, you will have to conclude your overall essay so that it will justify as an answer. So this is what you need to do in your essay writing. Now, let's look at the answer for the essay topic. Here, the essay topic is all about not all college students are exposed to good soft skills. Why does this happen? What solutions can you suggest to address this problem? First and foremost, you would need to understand the requirements of the essay topic. It says not all college students are exposed to good soft skills. You need to understand or know what soft skills is all about. That is the first criteria. And the second criteria is, why does this happen? And the third criteria is you suggesting some solutions. So if you see, this is a solution-oriented essay and you would have to come up with an appropriate answer for this essay topic. Now let's look at my response for this essay topic. I have structured my essay something like this. In paragraph 1, I have introduced the essay topic, which talks about soft skills, which is related to communication, teamwork, leadership, problem solving, so on and so forth. In the paragraph 2, I have introduced idea 1, which is in relation to the main essay topic. And also I have addressed why does this happen, which is nothing but why soft skills is not given to the college students, because institutions continue to prioritize with academic performance rather than soft skills. Additionally, I have substantiated my idea 1 with an example and then concluded my idea 1. In paragraph 2, I have given the solution, meaning I have addressed what solutions can you suggest for this problem. Here I have written, to overcome this challenge, colleges must adopt a balanced approach towards academic performance and soft skills. I have substantiated it with an example also. I have written additional details over here. In the end, I have concluded my second idea. Now, coming to the fourth paragraph, which is related to the conclusion of the main essay topic. Here in this paragraph, I have concised all the information from paragraph 1, 2 and 3 and written a conclusion which will give a balanced approach to the entire essay. So this is how you can also write an essay. If you see, I have written about 265 words in this essay. And on the other hand, if you can write anywhere between 230 to 270 words, it is more than sufficient. I will erase off all of these things. Now you can pause the video and look at my response. Now, if you see my response, the sentences that I have constructed is a mix of compound and complex sentences. You would also have to do the same thing in your exam to give a well-rounded essay. Alright folks, let's look at the golden rules for your essay writing question. First and foremost, remember, essay writing question is the top most prioritized question in terms of marks because it would give you approximately about 27 to 28 marks for your writing scores. Second of all, you have to write anywhere between 230 to 270 words with a mix of compound and complex sentences for a well-balanced essay. Next is, you have to follow this idea which I had explained in detail by introducing a topic, idea 1, example 1, conclusion, similarly for idea 2, example 2, and then conclusion 2, and then give a main conclusion for the essay. This is how you would have to structure your essay. Moving on to the next point, highest importance or highest precedence is given to content, development, structure, coherence, and general linguistic range. Each of this skill will fetch you a maximum of 6 marks each. Then that is followed by form, grammar, vocabulary, and spellings, which will give you 2 marks each. The next point is to utilize the entire 20 minutes effectively to come up with a well-balanced essay. For the first 1 to 2 minutes, make sure that you read and understand the requirement of the essay topic and then generate ideas based on that. For the next 12 to 14 minutes, make sure to type your entire essay with about 230 to 270 words with a mix of compound and complex sentences. In the last 4 to 5 minutes, I would strongly recommend you to proofread your entire response for vocabulary, spellings, grammar, structure, content, development. All these errors could have been there. Make sure to identify those errors and fix it as soon as possible. Then click next. In case you try exceeding more than 20 minutes, PTE will auto-save your answer. Don't worry about it. Last but not the least, you can use any template structure that you would want to. On the other hand, if you don't use any essay template structure also, I am fine. You can type the entire essay with about 230 to 270 words. So these are all the golden rules for your essay writing question. Let's move on to summarize written text question, which is the second most important question for your writing scores. For more details, go ahead and watch this video. I have explained everything in detail about summarize written text. I will be putting the link of this video in the description and also in the pinned comment. Let's look at a demo for write from dictation question. Even though it is part of your listening module, it will give you marks for your writing scores and listening scores because it is an integrated question type. Now let's go ahead and straight away head into the demo. I will be demonstrating the best possible method to get maximum amount of marks in write from dictation question. I will be playing the audio for write from dictation question and I will try to capture all the words from the audio. I will be playing the audio now.
3 ancient trees stand tall in the park, providing shade and beauty.
So this is how I have written down or taken down notes in short form. Now I will try expanding each of the words. I think it was not there. It was 3. I remember that. 3. You can additionally write the numerical 3. Ancient. A-N-C-I-E-N-T. Ancient. Tree. I can write plural as well. Ancient. 3 ancient trees. Standing tall or stands tall. S-T-A-N-D-N-S or even stand tall. Stand tall in the middle of the park. Maybe I could have missed listening to that word middle. Let me add it. In the middle of the park or in the park that provides or providing P-R-O-V-I-P-I-N-G providing shade and looks beautiful, B-E-A-U-T-I-F-U-L or maybe and looks beauty, maybe P-E-A-U-T-Y. In the end, you can add additional words or prepositions such as in, the, that, for, or any conjunctions and, but, not, nor, or, I, so, a, and the articles as well. So in the end, optionally, if you want, you can keep a full stop as well. So I've added additional words. Now let's look at the answer for this particular question. All right, folks, now let's look at the answer for this particular question. It says 3 ancient trees stand tall in the park, providing shade and beauty. I have written all the words. If you see over here, my response is 3 ancient. I have written the numerical form as well. Ancient trees. 3 trees. I have written singular and plural. I have added extra words. Standing, stand, stands. I have written all the forms. And then tall, in the middle. In the middle. I thought I heard middle, so I've added it as well. Middle of the park. In the park. Okay. So in the park, that provides, I've written provides, providing, both of them. But providing is the only correct answer, but not provides. It will not be considered. Shade and looks beautiful. I thought it could look beautiful. So I've added beautiful as well. But in the end, I've added beauty. So like this, you can add extra words so that you can make sure you have written different variations of spelling and you have added few prepositions or conjunctions if you have missed writing them in your response. Make sure that you eliminate this as well if you want to, so that your response will look neat and clean. You can write something like this and then click next in your exam as well. Now let's quickly look at another demo for write from dictation. Here I will be playing the question. If you want, you can pause the video and come back and look for the answers. Let me play the question now.
The exam timetable is well organized, but some students find it overwhelming.
So you can pause the video and come back and look at the answers once you have typed your response. So this is what I have written. The exam timetable TT is very overwhelming or is well organized, but some students find it very overwhelming or overpowering. I've written down the response here. That exams timetable here. See, it is very critical that you write all the forms. Timetable. If you don't know what is the correct spelling, I have written time space table, then I have written time hyphen table, then one word, timetable. So this is how you can come up with various variations of the spelling itself. Well organized, 2 words, then only 1 word with an hyphen. Well organizing, well organizers, I have written different forms. Then students, finds, very overwhelming, overwhelmed as well. I have added extra words over here such as prepositions, conjunctions. So this is how you can also come up with a response. Now let's look at the actual answer. It says the exam timetable is well organized, but some students find it overwhelming. So this is the actual answer and all of the words are present in my response as well. It's time to look at the golden rules for write from dictation question. First and foremost, you must possess good writing skill and listening skill. Only if you are able to listen correctly, you will be able to write the words as a response. Next is, you need to manage your time effectively in the entire listening module and in the exam as well. The whole PTE exam. Especially in the listening module, there could be instances where you would end up wasting a lot of time. Curb all of those because you would need at least about 10 to 12 minutes to attempt 3 to 4 questions of write from dictation. Next is, use working memory to visualize or chunk the content. Whatever you have listened, you need to use your working memory to write the entire response. That is very important. Next, type correct spellings of each word and you can type any variations of spelling. So don't worry about writing plural, singular, past tense, present tense, all the form of the words. Next is, proofread your response before you click next, or whenever you are writing that word, make sure you have written the correct spelling. That can also be done instead of typing all the words and then proofreading. You can do any methodology. Last but not the least, write from dictation contributes about 21 to 22 marks for writing module alone and then about 11 to 12 marks for your listening module. This is how marks are distributed between writing and listening module for the write from dictation question. These are all the golden rules. to be followed for right from dictation question. Let's move ahead to summarize spoken text demo. This particular question is part of your listening module. It will give you scores for listening and writing because it is an integrated task. Now let's look at the question. Few pro tips to offer over here is you will be given exclusively 10 minutes to complete this task. Listening to the audio and writing your response has to be done within 10 minutes. So this is the requirement given by PTE. Before I play the audio, I would want you to show a couple of things with regards to the approach that you need to take for summarize spoken text question. Let's look at the method first. What is a phrase? Phrase means group of 3 to 4 words which is taken from a sentence. And what is a sentence? Sentence means group of words with about 6 to 12 words with multiple phrases. If you see my previous videos, I have explained all of this in detail. Next, coming to the template structure. This is what I can give you as a template structure. You can easily take this and it will work 100% because you are adding the content. Whatever you see over here in terms of the lecture gave information about, initially the speaker highlighted that. I am not giving you entire response I'm not giving you a templated response. Instead, I'm giving you a structure or fillers so that it will support your phrases that you have written down in the form of notes. Now, I will play the audio for summarize spoken text question. If you want to attempt this particular question, you can take down notes and come up with a response. After that, you can check how I have approached and responded to this particular question. I'll be playing the audio now.
Tunnel construction in high-altitude mountainous regions represents a formidable engineering endeavor, often necessitating meticulous planning, advanced geotechnical analysis, and specialized machinery. Historically, such projects were constrained by technological limitations and harsh environmental conditions, including low oxygen levels, extreme temperatures, and geological unpredictability. The construction of the Mont Blanc Tunnel between France and Italy in the 20th century marked a seminal achievement, showcasing the viability of transalpine connectivity. In more recent years, the Atal Tunnel in India, located in the Himalayas at over 3,000 meters above sea level, has exemplified how modern tunneling techniques, such as the new Austrian tunneling method, NATM, can be adapted to extreme altitudes. Engineers must contend with permafrost, rock fragmentation, and seismic vulnerability, all while ensuring the safety of workers and the structural integrity of the passage. These tunnels not only facilitate year-round transportation and strategic mobility but also symbolize human ingenuity triumphing over environmental adversity.
I hope you have listened to the lecture and have taken down notes. Similarly, I have also taken down notes. This is what I wrote during the lecture. It said tunnel construction is at a very high altitude, which requires meticulous planning, historically limitations, all of these I have taken down from the lecture itself. I have not deviated from the topic, meaning the content is still there. Additionally, if you see my notes, it has a lot of spelling mistakes because I've written short forms here and there. Absolutely no problem. When you're writing down notes, make sure that you need to understand whatever you have written down. Now, let's go ahead and look at my response for this particular lecture. Now, let's look at my response for summarize spoken text question. Here, I have written down my response by utilizing the template structure that I had just shown you. Here it says the lecture gave information about. Whatever is highlighted in red are the words that I have written down after listening to the lecture. It says about tunnel construction at high altitudes. Initially, the speaker highlighted that it requires meticulous planning due to harsh environment and low oxygen. I have combined two phrases and written it down into one single sentence to make it look like a complex sentence because I have added initially the speaker highlighted that. Okay, it could be called as a complex compound sentence as well. In the next sentence, I have written down additionally the speaker shared information about the safety of workers. Here I've written down a small phrase. Next, the speaker also stressed that year-round transportation is now achievable due to tunnel construction. In the end, I've written, therefore, the lecture explained details about tunnel construction in high altitudes. It is approximately about 62 words that I have written down for summarized spoken text question. You also can come up with a similar response in your exam. Let's look at the golden rules for summarized spoken text. First, you need to employ listen, write methodology to write at least 6 to 7 phrases while you are listening to the lecture. It is very similar to your written lecture question of the speaking module. Next, write grammatically correct sentences with about 60 to 65 words. You have to write multiple sentences. Now, you can use the template structure and your notes and come up with about 60 to 65 words. Next, highest priority is given to content and it is followed by form, grammar, vocabulary and spellings. For all of these things, you will get 2 marks, whereas for content, you will get a maximum of 4 marks. Next, use conjunctions and punctuations to form a complex or a compound sentence. Most of it is taken by the template structure itself. You have to key in your phrases. So that is how you can come up with a good and an appropriate response for summarized spoken text question. Next, utilize the entire 10 minutes. About 1 to 2 minutes, you will have to listen to the audio and then take down notes as well. In the next 5 to 6 minutes, type your response. And in the last 2 to 3 minutes, make sure to proofread your response for errors like spelling, grammar, vocabulary, and content as well. Coming to the last golden rule of summarized spoken text, which is related to marks. It contributes about 17 to 18 marks for writing module and 9 to 10 marks for your listening module. Reason being, it is an integrated task. Let's do a quick recap about the writing questions and their marks distribution respectively. Starting with essay writing, it would contribute about 27 to 28 marks, followed by summarize written text, then write from dictation, and in the end, it would be summarize spoken text. All of this would give you about 90 to 94 marks. If you get more than 90 marks, PTE would concise it and make it into 90 marks. Additionally, remember that if you want to get superior English scores, you would have to score approximately about 85 marks or more, which is equivalent to band 8 of IELTS. And if you get 69 and above and less than 85, you will be placed under proficient English, which is equivalent to band 7. Alright folks, we have come to the end of this video. In case of any doubts or any queries, make sure to contact us on the WhatsApp number or on the email ID mentioned right below. I hope you have got all the information that is needed for you to score high amount of marks in the writing module. Make sure to give a thumbs up if you have liked this video, and I'm wishing you all the very best for your exams. Do well, folks.